baseball related. So I don't know if you actually did take a look. I want you to take a look at the Tigers City Connect uniforms that were released a couple of days or yesterday.
Let's take a look.
This
is my live reaction. I've not
your
seen these
actual
yet.
live reaction.
Actual live reaction.
Yeah, you just scroll down, you'll see one Javi Baez wearing.
There's one with Eminem too.
Yeah, Eminem's wearing it. So I'm gonna let you speak first. Your live reactions. What are your thoughts on these jerseys?
They're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. They're
Just
okay.
Yeah.
They're meh.
Yeah. I think they're terrible. I think
doesn't
they're
surprise
awful.
me at all.
Like they're just. I saw a meme. It was the Spider-Man meme with when the Pistons had the black Motor City jerseys back in the day, and it was that it was like Spider-Man meme pointing at.
And
It's like this is the same. It's like this is from the same camp of like so boring, so unoriginal. Like I don't know why there's no orange on.
I was gonna say
Tigers.
That was like, my main question. Was I was gonna ask
no
you.
No orange. No actual tiger anywhere. Not that they like no English D. Apparently there's an English D on like one of the shoulders or something. Like, but it's like why can't we like if we're going to suck, can we at least look cool? Like, can we at least have a jersey that like or an alternate, I should say, because I think our regular jerseys are perfectly fine. Like it's one of the classic uniforms in baseball.
Because this is a City Connect jersey. You would think it'd be a little more like. I personally like it just because of the black and blue, but then at the same time, it's not Tigers colors.
No.
The second thing, it's not very like. Again, I don't know if you've seen the Padres City Connect jerseys. I think those need to be burned.
Yeah, they're a little much.
They're a little much, but like if you find a nice middle ground between this and those. Yeah, because
I think of like to me, and I know a lot of people upset at Nike, rightfully so, because their uniforms have been just swing and a miss basically every time.
Pun intended, I'm sure.
Pun intended, yes. But like, there are other teams whose City Connects are like legitimately good, and like the Colorado Rockies. Okay, that is a poverty franchise. They haven't won anything ever.
Rockies.
They have no history. Their City Connects are amazing. Like
they have mountains.
Yeah, it's like a mountain range. It's a cool color. Like it's just like it's like a cool design.
Similar
like,
to
what
their.
Is this? This is I don't know. Tire tracks and then Motor City across the front. Like you can't even do Motown. You can't do like.
Be fun if they did D-Town.
You know what they should do? They should take these and like what sucks is. The team right now is kind of in a little bit of a downturn. Right now, they're leading the Guardians 8-7.
Well, there you go.
But they're on the midst of a 4-game losing, or they are in a 4-game losing streak. So this is a must-win for them. If they win the next 2, they'll win the 3-game set against Cleveland, which would be nice. But
we'll see.
They're coming. Like they're on. You want to know how bad their offense is?
Sure.
I'll tell you how bad their offense is. Their offense is this bad. Okay? Do you want to know where they rank in terms of batting average in the league of 30 teams?
Enlighten me.
They are 25th. Ooh. A team batting average of 223. Here are some teams that are just below them. Okay? The Seattle Mariners.
Okay.
The Oakland Athletics, who are not a real baseball team.
Nope, don't count.
The St. Louis Cardinals, who are dying. The Cincinnati Reds, who are a poverty franchise, and the worst baseball team I've ever seen in the Chicago White Sox. Those are the teams that have a worse batting average than you. There are some teams that have a better batting average than you. The Pittsburgh Pirates, the Miami Marlins, who I think have like 10 wins on the season.
10-27.
Yeah. The Washington Nationals, who I think are like an actual average team, like in every way, like they're so epitomately like at average. The Kansas City Royals, who their best hitter is Bobby Witt Jr., their second best hitter is Salvador Perez, who is 100 years old, and nobody else on their team is really worthwhile.
Yep.
And then you have some really good teams. The Padres, to their credit, they're the second best team in batting average. They've pretty consistent bats.
They're turning it around somewhat.
Albeit the pitching, not all there. Now,
Yeah, well, you know.
another good metric for offense is OPS. Okay, it's a little more modern. I tend to look at it more for an overall look, because sometimes you get you guys that are slap hitters. They're not going to hit for a lot of power. They're not going to drive in a lot of runs. Where do you think the Tigers rank in OPS?
Out of 30 teams. 22nd.
25th. Exactly the same spot they rank in average. So they are bottom 5 in the 2 mainline offensive categories.
Nice.
And some teams that are ahead of them, by the way, the Oakland Athletics are ahead of them. The Washington Nationals also ahead of them.
Not really.
And then a bunch of other teams that are actually fairly competent.
Sure.
They're ahead of such powerhouse teams as the Cincinnati Reds, Pittsburgh Pirates, St. Louis Cardinals, the Miami Marlins, and of course the Chicago White Sox. I don't even want to talk about the Chicago. Like, that's 30 in average and OPS. How are you a real team? Now,
no one knows.
How is this offense created, right? Well, let's look at some of our guys on Fangraphs, right? So now, how many players do you reckon we have that are at least one in wins above replacement in WAR? At least one.
How many players?
How many players? Just one WAR. Now, granted, the WAR increases as the season goes on, so this isn't a perfect measurement, but still, like, you're an above 500 team. You might have, like, and I'll even give you can round up from 0.5 and higher. I'll even give you that.
Let's go with 2.
A little off. We have 3. And that's being gracious. Riley Green, who is a stud, he's been amazing. He's got a 266 average on the year, 166 WRC plus. That's weighted runs created plus, with 100 being average. He's 66 points above average.
Sure.
A 548 slugging, offensive WAR of 11. Like, overall, just a very good player, franchise player. Been probably could be our all-star potentially.
Yep.
Then you have Mark Canha, who is 35 years old. And we traded for him last year, and I think right now he's not even playing because I think he's sick or something. But he's an average ball player. He's got let's see, where's his average? He's got a 248 average. He's got a 136 WRC plus, which is pretty good.
There you go.
Above 700 OPS. But again, not doing too much for you. Meanwhile, Jake Rogers just hit a nice double there. That's nice to see. But the last one is Wenzel Perez, who might be something. He's 24 years old. We called him up this year. Never heard of him, precisely. But he's had a pretty good start so far. Batting 296, a 351 batting average on balls in play. So when he's hitting the ball, it's usually dropping, which is pretty good. It's what you like to see. 24 years old, solid. Outside of them,
no one.
Kerry Carpenter's been okay, but he's kind of been slowing down as of late. And then you get to the bottom feeders. You have Spencer Torkelson right now, who former number 1 overall pick.
Torquay.
Minus 0.6 WAR. He is losing you games when you play him, essentially. That is basically what WAR is telling you. When you play him, he's essentially losing you a game.
Yeah.
Compared to a replacement level player. He's currently he's at the bat right now. He's 1 for 2 today.
There you go.
I think he had a double earlier. He might be turning it on. I like Torkelson. I'm not trying to beat up on Torkelson, but he's been terrible. Okay, he's batting 217. His batting average on balls in play is pretty good at 289, but his slugging percentage is where is it? It's 2 or 302. His
crap.
WRC plus is 70. That's 30 points below average. And he's a terrible fielder. His defensive WAR is negative 5.5.
That's crazy.
And that's not that. We're not done. We're not done.
We're not.
We still have Colt Keith. Now, I was sold on this. Like, again, Colt Keith is very young. He's 22 years old, first year in the majors. I was sold. The world was telling me that I was so wrong to say, hey, maybe we should have a little bit of help for one Colt Keith. You know, he's a young bat. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Well, right now, Colt Keith has a negative 0.6 WAR. So, again, losing you games.
Sure.
I believe he currently has the worst slugging percentage in baseball.
Oh.
Do you want to know what that slugging percentage is?
Allow me to look.
Do you think it's...
Oh, I think I found it.
Yeah. 178.
Yeah.
Now, if I told you that was his batting average, you'd be like, wow, that's pretty bad. But don't worry. It's not his batting average.
It's his
That's
slugging.
how hard he's hitting the ball.
Yeah.
Like 178 is beyond the rookie slump. It's like, are we even sure that you're good at this point? Like, again,
I'm not.
He's really young, 22 years old. You know, Jackson Holliday for the Orioles was the top prospect in baseball. He got sent down. I understand. It's not always a immediate impact. But I'm sorry. You can't have a guy be a regular in your lineup when they have a slugging percentage that is below the Mendoza line, right? Like, you can't do it. And this took me over the wall. Okay. So Parker Meadows, he's been absolutely awful. I think he's probably tied for one of the worst averages of baseball. He's got an 0.96 average.
Yep.
They send him down today. And they call up, I don't even know what his name is. He's playing today. It's like Zach Vellotti or Ryan Vellotti. Some guy who has no future for us. Like, this is the stuff that grinds my gears. Because right now, the Tigers aren't totally out of it. Like, if you look at them in the standings, I can just pull up their schedule and I can pull up the standings. Like, they're not, like, completely out of it. It's not as though we're like, you know, the White Sox, where, whatever, call up whoever you want. Doesn't matter. Like, you're 5 games out of first place in May. You can overtake that in 2 weeks. Yeah. Like, you're 2.5 games out of a wild card spot. Like, what are we doing that when we send down the guys that I want them to send down, instead of, and I know what some people might say is Velotti's had a pretty good game so far today, but like, he has no future here. I'm sorry. He's been a career minor leaguer, essentially. He's been DFA'd multiple times, I believe. I know he's technically only like 25, 24 years old, but this is not a guy that you're putting all your hopes and dreams into your franchise. And if you are, you're not going to be winning anything anytime soon. Just not.
Nope.
No.
So, yeah. That's the Tigers.
Yeah, that's the Tigers.
Thanks for tuning in. That's essentially it.
Hey there, what you just watched was actually a clip from a larger show that we do every Tuesday night. What are you doing Tuesday night? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the like button so that you don't miss out on any more of our weekly shows every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there.